Okay, our race winner for today's second annual Indiana 250 NASCAR Nationwide Series race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway is Kyle Busch. This is Kyle's 59th win in 259 NASCAR Nationwide Series races, his 8th win in 2013, his first win here at the Brickyard. And this is his 18th perfect driver rating, which is 150.0. Computation in the NASCAR Nationwide Series is 18th perfect driver rating. Kyle.
Hey, I just found out I missed it by 2 points in Loudon. Can you fix that?
No, we won't go back and repeat that. We look ahead. So
I don't know how you can make it any better.
Okay. Congratulations, Kyle. I mean, certainly we had several drivers in here a little while ago, Brian Scott, Joey, several others, but certainly you had the car to beat. But things got pretty interesting down there the last restart, right?
Yeah, sure did. We definitely had a fast race car today. I mean, Adam Stevens and these guys, we come up here and tested for a day just to try to get a basis for, some of these bigger racetracks and something that we can use on, this mile-and-a-half here. We struggled a little bit at Michigan, so we figured Indy could help us and could also help us for our mile-and-a-half stuff. So felt like we learned some things, which was good, and, it all paid off here this weekend. We were just super fast. And sat on the pole, new track record, which was awesome, and was able to lead most of the race and had a pretty dominant car. And then there, the last restart, I'm not sure if I got crowded a little bit by Joey or just I got loose and essentially just slid up the racetrack and was using Joey for all he was worth. And luckily we didn't crash together or I didn't spin out or anything like that. But Brian Scott got by me, and then had to go to work. Had to put the driver hat on and go back and try to get him and run them down and pass them. So did all that, but it was tough. That the air here is just so important, and being the lead car. And when Brian was out there, we were really, really fast. We were faster than he was, but he was doing a lot of blocking and doing a lot of, line running that we don't typically run just to block the air, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do. But, if you're going to take all my air, then the air that you're taking, I'm going to pack back on you. And so I made him loose and got back by him. So fortunately, the right car was in victory lane today with this Monster Energy Camry.
Adam Stevens, just talk about when you guys got here earlier in the week. Certainly you had to know that this race car was going to be probably the car to beat.
Well, man, I don't know if I'd go that far, but we did have a good test. It was cut short by weather, but we got what we needed out of it, and I think we made the changes we needed to get our car where it needed to be at the test. And honestly, a big factor in this weekend, we kind of hit the lottery here with the weather conditions. It was almost identical to the test. And it's very unusual for Indiana this time of year, as you well know. But and that helped our cause. We didn't have to chase it much. And then, the weekend played out fine. Practice went pretty well. We were back and forth on a few things. And I think Kyle and myself and the guys really put our heads together and put some good race adjustments in it, and it showed today. A little bit surprised by the qualifying speed, but in a pleasant way. We didn't have a chance to make a mock run. So, the race there, you knew how it was going to play out strategy-wise. You just didn't know when the cautions were going to fall. And we chose to stay out there short of our window when a bunch of guys came and got 4 tires and fuel. And we knew that they did it so they could take 2 tires when we all got in our last pit window. But obviously, if we had needed the track position at that time, we would have done the same thing. But I wanted to make sure he had 4 fresh tires at the end of it so he could run hard when it came down to actual time to race. And that's what we did. And we got a little bit fortunate when we hit pit road before the caution came out. Had we had to pit under that caution, if we'd have gone another lap, we would have been behind all those guys that took 2 on that stop. Now, if it would have went up green, we would have still been in good shape. But we did a little bit of good fortune there with the weather for sure, and with that caution falling after we came down pit road.
Questions now for Kyle or Adam? Bruce?
Bruce Martin, Race Day on ESPN Radio and Speed Sport Magazine. You've won so many of these nationwide races at so many big tracks. Where does a victory here rank? And I have a follow-up after that.
I mean, a victory here ranks pretty high. I think, just the history and prestige around this place and what it carries itself as. Whether it's a Sprint Cup Series win here, a nationwide win, F1, MotoGP, Grand Am, whatever it might be, it's always really, really cool to win here in Indy. Just for as many automobiles and race cars have been on this surface and surfaces prior, I think the art of bricks is just pretty cool. So I wish I was in this position last year, and we won this race last year. We were really fast then too with our race car, but I'm just proud of the effort by these guys here that we were able to close the deal today and put a Toyota in victory lane.
And also, this has got to be a big win for Samantha. She went to college 50 miles up the road. So, I mean, how big a deal is it for her? A big thrill is it for her to kiss the bricks here?
She was elated. I mean, it's just it's a great opportunity for her growing up in Indiana. You can either call her from Indiana or you can call her from Chicago. She was right on the border there and state line. So, but going to school just an hour north of here at Purdue, and obviously spending a lot of time in Indianapolis over those years, she was pumped. She was excited. It was something that she was really wanting to do. I wish that today was Sunday, but hopefully we can do it again, back it up tomorrow, and get fresh with the bricks and enjoy some more Monster Energy tomorrow.
Get fresh with the bricks. I like that. Question? Gentleman in the back. Let's get him. Let's get him the mic, please.
William Stevens, African Americans in Motorsports. You clearly had a faster car today. For a while, when Scott got in front of you, and you struggled, it looked like you were trying to get around him. He was not going to let you around him. When you got around him, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't going to let me. That's for sure. That many laps left in the race, you gotta work for it. So, I think for myself, just trying to pinpoint a position in which I could pass him, and I almost messed up because I tried really hard to pass him one time. I think through turn 3, and it bottled us up a little bit, and the 22 car caught us through turn 4, and then I was having to race the 22 car down the front straightaway again. So, once I got clear of Joey Logano and then was able to go back and reset up the 2 car, I got a little bit of a gap between myself and the 22 that I could just try to focus on the 2 car. And once I did that, I just used the air to my advantage. That was being taken away from me just by Brian leading. I mean, nothing that he was doing wrong, but just you got to do what you got to do to try to pass here. And I had a really solid car on entry today that I could get down into the corner good and get up right behind him. Thank you. I'm sure Brian didn't think so, but I thought so. He thinks so.
Question right here. Go ahead.
With the guy behind you just to keep enough focus on the race when you're that good?
Yeah, we were kind of doing that all day. We certainly had a really good car, and we weren't meaning to stretch it out. It was just I was running not hard, but I was still running pretty good pace. And once you get out so far, you just try not to keep stretching it because eventually you're going to have a caution. So you're just trying not to waste your energy, waste your car, and everything that you got. Tires, fuel, save fuel if you can. And so when Joey was behind me there, he ran really, really hard and pushed me to my limit for about 6 laps. He was hanging with me, and then his car started falling off, and mine still went fast, and we were able to stretch back out on him a little bit. I think we got up to about a 1.5 second gap on him, and then after I got to that point, I was just kind of rolling into the corners, just letting the car roll and saving my tires in case there were late cautions, which obviously there were.